Hello, we're going to get into a bit of a deep clean today because I finally had a house that wasn't too crazy messy and I had a little extra spare time, two things that don't often coincide. We are starting off in this bathroom, and as you can see, it's not too crazy like I said, which is good because bathroom cleaning is like my least favorite thing to do. But it wasn't too overwhelming. I only had a few things that I needed to put back, one being that little hand steamer. That has become my best friend. I love it for just about every single thing. I've almost gotten rid of my iron because I don't use her. I hardly ever use her. I only keep it because we do have some thicker materialed stuff like suits and whatnot that need proper ironing. So this is great for not having to pull out like the ironing board, heat up the whole iron, that kind of thing for like one or two t-shirts. So I highly recommend it. It is only like $50 I think for that one. So not too budget breaking, which is always nice. But honestly, when it comes to cleaning this little space, it is not too much of a grind. It is like literally our least used bathroom. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why. The pressure in here of the water does not cut it. A girl likes to have some serious pressure, okay? I go through some stress in my day, and the last thing I need is like a dribble of water when I'm showering. So yeah, it's not for me. Other people will use this shower from time to time, but honestly it doesn't bother me because it just means one less room that I have to spend a lot of time cleaning. Because we don't use the shower as much, it doesn't get as dirty as quickly, which is great. No one loves to sit there scrubbing their days away. But when I first came in here, I was like, oh, I'll just quickly spray and wipe everything down, maybe even just use those disposable antibacterial wipes. But then on closer inspection, I was like, ooh, no, okay, this needs like a thorough clean. So I did get in there and scrub. I just noticed that around the base of the shower, there was like a little bit of that pink mold, I guess that's what you call it. And so I was like, well, let's get on top of this before it gets really bad. And as you can see, around the tracks is where it gets quite dirty, just from mostly myself. I do often like hose off my feet when I'm finished gardening, just because, you know, it gets so dirty, and so I wash it, and I think I get most of it down, but then obviously it hides underneath the tracks of the doors. And so I was like, oh, well, while I'm here on the floor, we might as well just scrub that too. And then we just wash it all down with the jet setting on the shower head. My favorite thing, I'll go into that a bit more in a minute because we do have something fun we were going to add to the bathroom. I've been wanting to do it for a minute. It is these hanging soap dispensers. You often see them in hotels, and I do like that it's up off the floor. I originally had ceramic like hand soap dispensers in here with the labels on it. Wasn't my favorite thing. We used to just have it because my brother would like house sit / pet sit for us whenever we went away, so we would have that there for him. But it's a long way down to the floor, right? And it's not as nice having to bend over. At least in the other bathroom we have like a handrail which we like sit all our soap bottles on, which I have a similar soap bottle system in there as to these ones, except they just don't hang on the wall. And I do want to upgrade it. Now that I've seen this, I'm like, I do love it. Anyway, so it will be a lot nicer for if we ever have guests or anything. It's just a little bit more elevated, like literally. I put the first one on really easily, went on like a charm. I just tested to see how strong they were going to be before I put the second one on. I put the second one on and then I instantly realized my mistake. She was put on about 20 meters higher than the other one. I don't even know how that happened. I was like, I was looking at it. Why did I think it needed to be up there? Anyway, no need to worry about the strength of these things because I had to really wrestle with it to come off. I don't know if I've like ruined the strength of it. Hopefully not. Like, I was so annoyed with myself. Anyway, I brought in the big guns, my scraper, and I managed to get it off and like lower it a bit better. Definitely not perfect, all of them. You can kind of see at the end that they're not 100% level. So I suggest don't ever ask me to build anything unless you'd like a exact replica of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, because that's the best you're gonna get. Unfortunately, Kmart doesn't stock this style anymore. They do have a different version of this if you're interested. They are $10, and maybe you can wait until they go on clearance again for $3 because Kmart does cycle through their products fairly quickly. Get up, do it, break away.
talking to each other. I know we feel the same about the situation, like we're stuck inside a game. Time to get out of this circle, yeah, we both carry a scar. Let's rewrite the part we're playing, time to cherish who we are. The only thing I ever wanted starts with us taking the chance. Not like anything we've done before, yeah. Now it's time for something better, and time for us to follow our dreams. No, we can't stay no more. Come run away, don't be afraid, we'll be okay. And I know it's the right thing to do, let's break away. All colors will fade, let's go our own way. Now's the time to decide what to do, and I'll stand by you. By you, I'll stand by you. Now's the time to decide what to do, let's break away.
So I decided to go with the lazy girl method today and just spray everything down with the multi-purpose cleaner and then use my best friend, which is literally the detachable shower head, and I just jet blast everything. I've got to get every little bit of germs out of this bathroom, and in summer it's literally like the perfect time to do it because it's warm, it dries quickly, and I don't have to spend forever like spraying, then using a cloth, rinsing out that cloth, and then like literally rinsing and repeating over and over and over again. So I do this from time to time. I also used my scrubber, and then I just kind of went around the edges of the bathroom where I could see that there was a bit of gunk built up and just needed to be cleaned. But I also have my long-handled one, which is another great tool, and I highly recommend it if you are going to scrub your grout. Unfortunately, it is white grout in here, but unless I spent forever scrubbing and scrubbing, I don't think it'll ever go back to being white. So it is what it is. I can't like sit there and spend my entire life doing that. And actually, I watch some professional cleaners on TikTok who go around and show things from display homes that they would not recommend people put in there. And one of them is white grout being almost impossible to keep clean. Another one is mirrored splashbacks. Oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine how hard that would be to keep spotless when you're cooking. And then I think another big one for them was Venetian blinds, which I don't mind the look of them if they're done right. But yeah, I can understand the dust is gonna be horrific versus just regular curtains or a roller blind. Anyway, let me know if you have any home decorating mistakes. And then I just went and wiped everything down with a little squeegee. I should get a long-handled squeegee so I don't have to bend over this much. But I like to do it just to make sure there's no water pooling up anywhere and sitting there going funky. Now, I only got a few snippets of this, but I decided to hose down these white chairs because, as you can see, they are pretty bad, and I did not want to bring out the spot cleaner to do this because I knew it was quite a job and the vacuum thing takes forever to do. So I just busted out the hose and tried the jet setting on this, and it actually came out quite well for not having done much. I think eventually I did go and put soap on it and give it a bit of a scrub just to see how much better it could come out. But eventually, yeah, maybe I'll replace these so they're not white. As much as I love my white home decor, keeping up on the maintenance is not always easy, so I think something leather might be in my future just so I can wipe it down versus having to scrub everything all the time. We're going to take a little pivot for a minute because I have been watching The Day of the Jackal. And honey, are you up to speed on it? Because I need someone to chat to about it. Oh my god, wow. It has Eddie Redmayne, Remain. I don't know how to say his name. It took me forever to work out where he was from, but he's from Fantastic Beasts, and it's like one of those itches you can't scratch until you work out who it is. Anyway, it's got him as one of the main characters, and then the gorgeous Lashana Lynch as like sort of the second main character. It follows like two storylines, and it's just basically a man who is a hitman, and he is married but lying to his wife about what he does, of course, because that's what you do. I'm on episode 3, maybe episode 4, and things are just starting to get a little messy. If you haven't watched it, then probably don't listen to this, but his wife's just found out that he's lying to her, and the police are like on his tail a little bit. Someone else is ending up dead all the time that shouldn't be ending up dead. So things are a little bit up in the air. I give this probably like a 7 out of 10. I do really like it. Like, I am hooked on it. But But there is just that usual undercurrents of the same kind of things that happen in most crime shows where like the police are always one step behind. There's a mole in the police. Someone ends up dead because they're trying to help the police. You know, the usual things. But I don't mind. It's been pretty good. I hope it's just like a one-off series. I haven't actually looked that much into it, but I feel like it's always best when it's just captured in one lot versus like 4 or 5 seasons. Let me know if you enjoyed it.
You're gone now, will you coming back? Yeah, I know that, yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind, it's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart, I hope I'll be your end destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation. I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your end destination. You're far away and yet so close. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you're up in space. You're inside the noise. I can feel you. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart, I hope I'll be your end destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation. I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your end destination. You're gone now, but you're coming back. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that.
We are trying not to judge the dish situation over here because it does look bad. It's just a lot of pots and bowls which make it look more voluminous than it actually is. It just takes someone to cook something, someone to fry something up. My husband was doing some baking at the time, and then I think I cooked some rice. So it all just quickly piled up, and I was like, oh my god, I need to get on top of this right now. Which is crazy because you can see a dishwasher in these clips, and no, she doesn't work. Been on the list of things that my real estate said they would deal with, and I'm just picking my battles, okay? It doesn't matter too much to me at the moment. Next year I'll be like a bit more on top of it, but there's other things I want them to work on first, and so I will just take the mini arm workout. Speaking of arm workout, I got on top of these 2 loads of washing. I was actually pretty proud of myself. It hasn't gotten out of control since we did the last one, and yeah, I managed to sort it all out, and my snappy fingers didn't work for me, unfortunately. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, so I was left to put them away on my own. Anyway, I had some grand plans for today's video. I knew it was something that has desperately been needing to be done because all my scissors have disappeared, and that's usually a sign that this task needs to be done. So I got some of that upper arm strength that I've been talking about, and I decided to move the couch and see what was going on under there, and it was a heck of a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. I don't know why it always shocks me as much as it does. I think because my couch is so low down and it's got like a front cover, I'm like, oh, there's nothing going in there. It's like an abyss. I'm like, something's here on the carpet, and then 2 days later, oh, someone must have put it away. Daydreaming. I am daydreaming, love, that ever happens here. So it's just probably disappearing into the magical vortex that is underneath my couch. So I took my tiny little stool and I sat my booty right here and just picked through it like I was dumpster diving, honestly. And I just sorted out what needed to go where. It was just toys that went in the shopping bag, garbage just stayed there on the floor, and then anything else that needed to go like into the dining room or kitchen on the windowsill. Worked perfectly because I don't like to get up and down off this thing. The hinges aren't as good as they used to be on the body, so I try to minimize that as much as possible. And then I just use the dustpan to like sweep up all the crap that I was not going to keep, because Lord knows there was a lot of it, okay? As you can see, I try to like quickly decipher what I actually need and what I don't need, because the kids get a lot of tiny little bits of junk that they just would say is their best friend and their favorite thing and they can't live without it, and that's to just about every single thing they own. So, you know, we just got to take that into our own hands, otherwise declutters would be a lot longer than they already are. And so the things that I'm like, oh, this is broken, or this you don't even care about, etc., I just throw out. I had every intention of stopping there and continuing on with cleaning the rest of my home, but while I was there, I did notice the windowsill and the wall behind the couch was in desperate need of a wipe down, okay? It was pretty bad. It's one of those things where like, I'll start here and then you notice like, oh, this spot's dirty, and then you just kind of keep going and going. So I managed to get the wall behind the couch done, the windowsill, the window, and then the tracks of the window. As you can see, they are all pretty filthy. I did kind of do a tandem thing where sometimes I wiped it down and then sometimes I used my vacuum, just because there was a lot of chunks of dust that had collected, so it was fairly easy just to do it that way. And I used like a little pen to kind of push the dust into a clump, so it was easy to vacuum. You'll have to excuse the washing outside my window. I must have had a seniors moment and completely forgot that I had 2 more tubs of washing to put away. And yeah, so I thought I was on top of it. Maybe not. Seemed almost too easy.
When you were leaving, I need you even more than I did before. You had the last word when you walked out the door. You drive me crazy, I want you to stay here. Now I'm here alone, I hate this party and I don't know anyone. We get drunk and we fight, but I forgive you, although you drive me crazy, I want you to stay here. You'll be the death of me still, your medicine. Yeah, I need you, I need you. You light my fire just to put me out again. Still I need you. I'm weak for you, yeah you, yeah you. I'm weak for you, yeah you. Now we're back where it started. You say you're sorry, so we forget about it. Simple as that, but I don't know where my heart is. Still all that I want is you. Yeah, you. You'll be the death of me still, your medicine. Yeah, I need you, I need you. You light my fire just to put me out again. Still I need you. I'm weak for you, yeah you, yeah you. I'm weak for you, yeah you, yeah you. Now I'm trying to let you go, but I'm always losing control. Is that what you want me to do? Now I'm trying to let you go, but I'm always losing control. Is that what you want me to do?
So I was saying, here we are again. We are doing this because I am back doing the dining chairs. I know I had 2 left to do from the previous video and it just slipped right out of the brain and I was like, like, I'll get there. And so today was the day. I was like, let's do this because I don't ever want to have to think about these chairs for at least 6 more months or until they look disgusting again. Whatever comes first, honestly. But I just did my good old trick. I did the soap and the rubber scrub. I didn't have any vinegar, so I feel like it didn't do as great of a job as it did last time. But honestly, they're going to be in this condition again pretty soon, so we can just do it the next time around, and I'll make sure to buy 2 lots of vinegar versus just the one. I did buy the double strength. I don't know if that makes any difference. Couldn't really tell you, to be honest. It might have just been a gimmick for more money. My kids are currently debating over ice creams. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but my son is trying to teach my daughter the difference between ice creams and ice blocks. It is quite the debate, apparently. We did end up having proper ice creams and ice blocks, like the super dupers. My husband went wild with the 2 kids and let them pick something each. I'm listening to this back like hours later and I'm like, oh my god, what did I even say? Like, how blasphemous that we have 2 different types of ice creams in the freezer. Oh, honestly, when you're at home this much, your brain just goes to mush. Earlier when I was cleaning the windowsill and all that area, I took notice that the fireplace was in desperate need of a clean. It had centimeters thick dust sitting on the top, and I was like, yeah, that needs to be tackled. And it is one of the places that I forget or leave alone for probably the longest amount of time, purely because the brick is just like a pain in the butt to try and clean. And so, you know, avoidance is always the key to these things. Anyway, I then wiped everything down just on the fireplace itself and wiped down the glass inside. That was looking pretty grubby, and I had learnt a little trick from TikTok where you just take some of the ash and use it as its own abrasive on the glass, and I just wet it with a little bit of the multi-purpose cleaner, and as you can see, it did come up quite a treat. Like, I was actually shocked at how good it came up. Like, all the brown markings, which I think come from the fire, I don't know, don't quote me on that, had completely gone. So, you know, save yourself some money and use the ash that's been sitting there for forever. Now that the glass was sparkling clean, I obviously noticed just how bad all that soot looked, and I don't know why it's been sitting there for so long. Well, I actually do, because my husband wants it to be completely cool before it goes in the bin, because he had a work colleague who put warm ashes in a garbage bin and her house burnt down because the bin caught fire, then her house. It's quite tragic, and so naturally he is now terrified of that happening. But on the other hand, the ashes don't need to stay there for 4 months. They are completely cool by now. I think we're safe. And yes, I was a complete dum-dum for doing this after I've wiped everything down, because yes, I got the wonderful job of having to re-clean my whole fireplace, because obviously the dust was not easy to control. I feel like it spread itself to every possible spot. So yeah, I did get to do that twice. Lucky me. But I have definitely learnt my lesson. Won't be doing that one again. The rest of it, I just went in firstly with the vacuum just to get as much dust as possible. It's really the only way to clean the brick, because there is quite a buildup of soot and dust and crumbs, basically anything like that. And I can't really get it out with anything else. Like I said, it's not an easy spot to work on. And then I just sprayed the area with the multi-purpose cleaner and wiped it down as best as I could. I mean, you saw under my couch. It's not like this dirty fireplace is gonna keep me up at night, but it does look fantastic, even just wiped down. And then I followed up by putting my rug back, which has been outside for so long. But my husband did clean it with the high pressure hose for me and did a fantastic job. It is so fluffy soft. The kids have been loving it. I love it. I'm like, oh my gosh, perfection. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.